Okay, today we will be rebuilding a PRV. So here's a PRV we'll be using today. It's 3/4 inch. It's a push to connect pressure reducing valve. Give you a closer look. There's different makes and models out there. I'm replacing like for like in this house. And a pressure reducing valve, as the name implies, reduces the incoming city water pressure, or maybe even well water pressure, down to a lower pressure that's safe for your plumbing. So you can see this one is push to connect. So connect to PEX pipe or copper pipe. And it's lead free. Now that arrow is important. That shows you the directionality of flow of the water. You want the water flowing into the PRV and out to your house. And it is adjustable. This top bolt on top is how you adjust the PRV. This one comes with an instruction manual and that orange little relief tool if you need to remove it. And if you're going to replace your PRV because you have spikes in your pressure or very low water pressure or erratic water pressure, you want to make sure you replace like for like, meaning whatever these specs are of your old one, the new one has to have the same specs. First, I'm going to start by loosening this bolt to relieve the spring tension, and then I'll unscrew the bonnet from the body. I don't need to replace the entire valve body because the valve body is fine. It's just the internal components that we're replacing today. So you can see we got the stainless steel screen, the module with the diaphragm. There it is in line. So first we're going to turn the water off to the house. Relieve the pressure upstairs at one of the faucets. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to turn this bolt and nut to the left. Loosen the nut first, then turn the bolt to the left several turns. And what we're doing is backing the pressure off of that spring inside that bonnet. Now I'm going to hold the valve body with a pair of channel locks and take my adjustable wrench and unscrew that bonnet from the valve body. And again, the spring tension is released. The water is off. We'll get a little water that'll drip out. There you go. You can see the spring in there. There should be a spring button that sits on top. You can see it sitting down inside there. That's what the bolt actually pushes on, and then that spring, and that puts pressure on the diaphragm assembly. Right there. So take that out. I'm going to grab it with a pair of needle nose pliers, the nut, and then take a flathead screwdriver and simply pry it out. And that whole cartridge comes out with the diaphragm, like so. And there's the old stainless steel spring. So you can see it's not full of debris. That sometimes can happen and cause low water pressure. That's not the case here. So I'm assuming water's leaking by. And that's what's causing the low water pressure, erratic water pressure. That's the cartridge assembly with diaphragm attached to it right there. The diaphragm's not ripped. Sometimes you'll see the diaphragm is ripped or damaged, not in this case. So if you compare the new one and the old one, you'll see they updated the cartridge assembly. You got that brass piece now on the new one instead of that black metal. That's interesting. So again, we're going to reuse the old valve body. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not pitted or damaged. So you insert the cartridge assembly with the strainer first. And this is where you got to be careful because the spring needs to have this spring button. Goes like so. But again, that spring button needs to sit on the spring so the bolt can push on the spring button, if that makes sense. Ideally, PRVs, you want to install them horizontally on your pipe. When they built this house, you can see they installed it vertically. Some PRVs allow you to install them vertically, some don't. So just keep that in mind. I'm just going to thread the spring chamber or bonnet back onto the body. I'm going to hold the valve body with my channel locks and just snug up that plastic spring chamber or bonnet. You don't want to over tighten it because you don't want to crack the plastic. Just lightly snug it up, like so. So now we've effectively rebuilt our PRV, and I'm going to go ahead and tighten that adjustment bolt. So as I'm tightening that bolt, it's pushing on that spring button, which is pushing on the spring that pushes on the diaphragm assembly. And the way you set that is you hook up a pressure gauge to one of the faucets in the house or a hose bib outside. This particular model comes preset at 45 psi. That's too low. So we're going to slowly turn the water back on. And check for leaks. Nothing's leaking. Now I'm going to go upstairs and check the pressure at the kitchen faucet with a pressure gauge. And then I'll come back down and make adjustments to this bolt to raise or lower the pressure. If you loosen the bolt, it's going to lower the pressure. If you tighten the bolt, it's going to raise the pressure. Here's what my gauge looks like, and I got these adapters to adapt to the faucet here that you see. So I removed the aerator and attached the pressure gauge. So again, here's that old one. You can see the mesh screen was not dirty, but when you push on that bolt, I just wanted to show you what you're doing. See, it's opening up that cartridge assembly to allow more water flow through, so increasing the pressure. And then when you loosen it, it closes that opening, lowering the water pressure. Ideal static water pressure when nothing is on is around 50 or 60 psi. Anything too much higher than 75 or 80, you can risk damaging your plumbing fixtures. I hope this helps you. And I want to tell you about a practical facilities maintenance handbook available now in ebook and paperback format. It has common facilities documents, signage, tags, as well as resource and training material, and even shop equipment drawings that you can use to fabricate shop equipment for your facility. The link for this book is in the video description below. Or if you need shirts, hats, mugs, or weather-resistant stickers for your facility, there is a link in the video description below for this online facilities maintenance store. I hope you find this helpful. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.